Have you ever stopped and asked yourself what would happen if the programs that keep millions of seniors safe, fed, and housed suddenly disappeared? Imagine if Meals on Wheels stopped showing up at the door, or if the energy assistance you depend on to keep warm during winter vanished overnight. These aren't far-fetched worries, they are real possibilities being debated in Congress right now. The truth is, decisions being made today could completely reshape the lives of seniors tomorrow, and the hardest part is that many people don't even realize how close we are to these cuts becoming reality. That's why this discussion matters. Right now, Congress, the Senate, and the White House are locked in a heated funding battle. Some programs appear safe, others face small tweaks, and some are staring down the barrel of total elimination. This isn't just numbers on a page. This is about your meals, your healthcare, your housing, and your dignity. And that's why I need you to not only listen, but also share your voice in the comments. Which of these programs has helped you or someone you love the most? Your stories matter, and they are the very pressure lawmakers need to hear. We've been here before. Government shutdown threats seem to come around every year, but this one carries an especially heavy weight for seniors. The fight is over one of the biggest funding packages that includes health and human services, education, and agencies directly tied to senior programs. What happens with this bill doesn't just determine how Washington runs, it determines whether or not seniors get meals, housing support, or even access to caregiving resources. The deadline is looming, and history shows that when political battles drag out, seniors are often the first to feel the squeeze. Right now, the proposals on the table from the House, the Senate, and the White House don't align. That means compromises will be made, and programs we rely on could become bargaining chips. Lawmakers are talking in terms of billions, but for seniors, the result is felt in much smaller, deeply personal ways. Whether you can pay for groceries, whether your caregiver has support, or whether you can afford to heat your home this winter. This is why paying attention now matters, because waiting until cuts happen means it's already too late. Here's the good news. Not everything is on the chopping block. Some programs appear safe because lawmakers from both sides agree they're too important to lose. Aging network support activities, which provide training and technical help to senior service agencies, will continue as usual. Congregate nutrition services, which ensure hot meals in senior centers and community halls, will also continue to operate. For countless seniors, those shared meals aren't just food, they're social lifelines that fight isolation. And yes, Meals on Wheels, the home-delivered nutrition program, remains protected. That means millions of doorsteps will still see a knock at lunchtime. Other stable programs include preventive health initiatives, the Aging and Disability Resource Centers, and the Social Services Block Grant that funds a wide variety of community resources. When you think about these programs, you realize they don't just provide services, they preserve dignity. They make sure no one is forgotten and no one is left behind. These safe programs are proof that sometimes lawmakers can agree, and when they do, seniors benefit. Still, while these wins are reassuring, they highlight just how fragile everything else is. There are also programs that look mostly safe, but come with small disagreements about funding levels. The State Health Insurance Assistance Program, or SHIP, provides one-on-one Medicare counseling. The House wants to keep it steady, while the White House is asking for more funding, a rare situation where more could mean better help navigating complicated Medicare choices. The National Family Caregiver Support Program is also stable, though the Senate wants to increase it to provide more training and respite care for family caregivers. These small boosts may not seem like much, but they could mean the difference between a caregiver burning out or getting the support they desperately need. Supportive services for senior centers are another example. The House has proposed a $4 million boost, which might expand transportation services, a lifeline for seniors without cars. Native American nutrition and support services could also see more funding, a sign of recognition for underserved communities. These variations show that while some programs aren't threatened with elimination. They're still subject to political tug-of-war. The danger isn't that they'll vanish tomorrow, but that without continued support, their growth will stall, leaving seniors struggling to get what they need. This is where the news turns troubling. Programs designed to prevent falls, support families dealing with Alzheimer's, and manage chronic diseases are all in jeopardy. The White House has proposed slashing the Elder Falls Prevention Program, cutting it by 2/3. For seniors, falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence. Cutting this program is like pulling the rug out from under people who already walk a fragile line between safety and injury. Similarly, the Alzheimer's program could face cuts of up to 50%, leaving caregivers without resources at a time when dementia rates are climbing. Even more shocking, some programs could disappear completely. The CDC's Fall Prevention Program, HUD's Aging in Place Home Modification Grants, and the Chronic Disease Self-Management Education Program are all facing proposed elimination. Imagine being told that your arthritis management class or the home safety modification that kept you in your home simply won't exist anymore. These aren't luxuries, they are tools that help seniors stay independent, safe, and healthy. Eliminating them doesn't just cut costs, it cuts lives short. The Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program is one of the most critical safety nets for seniors. It helps cover the cost of heating in brutal winters and cooling in scorching summers. Both the House and the Senate recognize this and want to increase funding, but the White House has proposed eliminating the program entirely. Think about that. At a time when energy costs are rising and seniors on fixed incomes are already struggling, one side of government is suggesting pulling the plug. The loss of the low-income home. Energy assistance program wouldn't just mean colder homes. It would mean more hospital visits from heat strokes and hypothermia. It would mean choosing between medicine and electricity. Seniors shouldn't have to choose whether to survive the summer or the winter. But that's the reality if this program is eliminated. That's why it's not just a debate about funding, it's about life or death for the most vulnerable. The Senior Community Service Employment Program is another lifeline that's being targeted. It helps older adults gain job training and part-time employment, giving them not only income, but also dignity and purpose. Yet both the House and the White House are calling for its elimination. The Senate wants to keep it, but with reduced funding. This program is already under strain because $300 million in previously approved funding hasn't even been released, leaving tens of thousands of seniors furloughed. Imagine being told you have a job, only to find the paycheck won't come because the funds are being withheld. What makes this particularly cruel is that work requirements are being expanded for programs like SNAP and Medicaid. Seniors over 55 are being told they need to work to qualify for benefits, yet the very programs designed to help them find work are being cut. It's a cruel contradiction that leaves seniors in a trap, required to work but denied the tools to get work. That isn't just bad policy, it's setting people up to fail. Programs like AmeriCorps Seniors, which fund foster grandparent and senior companion initiatives, are also on the chopping block. These programs allow seniors to give back to their communities while earning a small stipend. They build bridges between generations, enrich communities, and give seniors a sense of purpose. The House wants to rename and cut funding significantly, while the White House proposes eliminating them entirely. Losing these programs would be devastating. Seniors who volunteer gain health benefits, reduced loneliness, and increased well-being. Children who participate in foster grandparent programs gain mentorship and stability. Cutting these programs doesn't just affect seniors, it weakens the fabric of entire communities. These are the kinds of cuts that hurt silently in ways statistics can't measure, but families can feel. The Commodity Supplemental Food Program, which provides monthly food boxes to seniors, is facing total elimination. For many, those boxes are the difference between going hungry or having a meal. The White House wants to replace it with Make America Healthy Again boxes, which trials have shown to be costly failures filled with inedible or poor quality food. The House and Senate, however, want to increase funding, recognizing that nutrition is non-negotiable. This fight is about more than food, it's about dignity. Seniors shouldn't be given low-quality replacements when they've worked their entire lives and deserve respect. Cutting food programs sends the message that seniors are disposable, and that's a message no society should accept. Protecting these boxes isn't about charity, it's about justice for those who built the very country now debating whether to feed them. Community Development Block Grants and Section 202, Housing for the Elderly, are also under attack. Block grants fund essential local programs like home repairs, disability modifications, and meal programs. Section 202 provides affordable housing with supportive services for seniors who otherwise couldn't live independently. The House and Senate propose modest increases, but the White House suggests eliminating both. The consequences would be catastrophic. Seniors could lose their homes, communities would lose funding for critical infrastructure, and low-income families would be left without safety nets. Stable housing and safe communities aren't luxuries. They're the foundation of dignity. Cutting these programs doesn't just risk homelessness, it risks eroding the very communities seniors have spent decades building. There are glimmers of hope. Programs like the Native American Caregiver Support Program are poised for increases from both the House and Senate. Section 202, Housing, while threatened, is also proposed for boosts that could expand affordable housing if funding holds. The Community Services Block Grant could also see more money, helping community agencies tackle poverty head-on. These increases remind us that advocacy works. When lawmakers hear loud enough voices, they recognize the value of these programs. Seniors, families, and communities benefit when support grows instead of shrinks. But the future of these boosts depends on whether people speak up, write letters, and demand that lawmakers prioritize seniors over politics. As of mid-September, only 3 of the 12 funding bills have passed. That means Congress will likely pass yet another temporary continuing resolution to avoid a shutdown, kicking the can down the road again. While that may keep programs alive in the short term, it leaves seniors in constant limbo, never knowing if tomorrow's meals, housing, or caregiving support will still exist. This cycle of short-term fixes is exhausting and dangerous. Seniors shouldn't have to wonder every few months whether their benefits will survive political games. Stability and security are basic needs, not bargaining chips, and that's why now is the time to raise your voice louder than ever, because silence only allows cuts to happen quietly. I know this has been a lot to take in. The constant threats to vital programs are overwhelming, but I want you to remember this: your voice matters. Advocacy groups are fighting for you, but they are stronger when you join them. Call your representatives, share your stories, and remind lawmakers that these programs aren't numbers, they're lifelines. Before we close, I want to hear from you. Which program do you believe is the most important to protect? Meals on Wheels, energy assistance like the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or housing programs like Section 202? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this breakdown helped you understand what's at stake, please like this video, subscribe to Social Security Post, and stay with us for more updates that affect your benefits and your future.